Hi Taurus, I hope you guys are doing great today. So this is going to be your general messages for the 8th through the 14th. I'm going to be pulling a Celtic cross spread for the general messages having to do with relationship and career. I'm going to pull an advice card for career, sweep that, and then just do a love oracle only at the end. And let's get right into this. I am linking the astrology that I did for this week down below in the description box. Hopefully you guys will check that out because we do have Chiron going retrograde from July 11th all the way through December 15th. That's 157 days of healing, my friends. It really is a very profound transit. So I did want to do a little extension on that. It's a little something to keep in mind. On July 8th, we do have Mercury squaring Mars. So watch what you say. There's going to be a little like some tensions running a little high. They just a little something to keep a lookout for. Not a good energy to go into debates about like politics, religion, and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Try to just stay, under the radar that day rather than finding yourself in anything that would incite any sort of heated element like that, right? It's not going to last, and we have some good other transits going on. We do have, I really like, on the 12th, we have Sun trining Neptune, and on the 14th, Sun opposing Jupiter. These are two really good energies, especially if you're going to be meeting somebody new. Even though Mercury does finally go direct in Cancer on the 12th, it's not going to be out of shadow, though, until the 26th, so just keep that in mind. But, good energy to meet somebody, and I like the Sun trine Neptune actually to meet new people in. I like it because it ends up inciting these kind of like soul connections, because Neptune rules that 12th house, that Pisces 12th house, which is all about, what we really want and our fantasies and, our wishes, right? Our wishes. It's also a great energy for those of us already in relationships to kind of revisit future plans. Ooh, we got Wheel of Fortune. Revisit future plans that we'd like to incite. So I really like that. We have some good stuff going on with the transit. So let's see what we have here. Ooh, we have the Sun reverse. Still very positive even in the reverse. It just means not yet. The Six of Cups is your fear. Okay. So let's understand these according to for career and for relationship. So we have 10th house, guys, which is like that midheaven energy. It has to do with your career. 10th house is career. Then we have Leo and we have Jupiter. So why don't we talk about Jupiter first? So Jupiter here, when we get a Jupiter die, it's all about understanding that it's time to expand your mind and really figure out what is calling for you energetically, Taurus, to take a chance on. And where are you feeling stuck, right? Because it's really time to have some real good trust and go for it. And I really like that we get the Leo energy here, because Leo is the 5th house of fun, first of all, which is ruled by the Sun. So this is no time to be shy. This is a really good time to shine that light in whatever area of your life that you're feeling pulled towards. So I do feel like you're being pulled towards something very specifically here with this, right? And then we have the 10th house energy. Again, this has everything to do with work. So you're being asked to really trust in your own self-sufficiency right now. And what would it take for you to believe in your own talents, gifts, and abilities? I'm just getting a feeling like who is the naysayer in your life right now, Taurus? Like there's got to be a naysayer here, because what I'm getting here with Leo and with the 10th house is you almost feeling that 7 of Wands energy, right? Where you're needing to draw the line in the sand about your wants, needs, and desires in something, and you being very focused on that, which I really like. I feel like this is very, very positive for you. Feeling very focused on recognizing what your wants, needs, and desires are, having to do with that career, having to do with that relationship, having to do with outside voices regarding your relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like people who think they have the right to say things about your relationship. Oh, look what we got. Mars is large and in charge during this energy too. My goodness, because listen, Chiron's going to be retrograde in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars. We have a lot of Mars going on now through December as well. I don't want to talk I was going to do a separate video on Mars, but I'm not going to do it yet until Mars goes retrograde in September. But lots of Mars, you know, I'm going to say confrontational energy, but it doesn't have to be negative, guys. It really, really doesn't. I don't feel like this is, which is why I'm being called to say that. All right, so let's get into the Celtic cross spread. So we're coming from a Queen of Cups energy. So Queen of Cups, we love Queen of Cups. This is Gemini and Cancer. Gemini is about communication, and Cancer is about that metaphorical home space. It's the fourth house of feeling rooted, feeling safe, feeling warm. It's Luna, it's mother, and it can be metaphorical. It doesn't have to directly have to do with your home. This can be, for some of you, some sort of information coming in regarding your home. Beautiful energy in the recent past, this indicates, regarding maybe the sale of the sale of a home, or the decision to sell a home, or putting a bid in to buy a home, you know, something like that. For some of you, it's going to resonate like that. But if it doesn't have to actually do with a 3D home, it could certainly be something that's like your metaphorical home space. So, for example, getting seeing online, right? Because we could say seeing online, because Gemini does actually rule the, being ruled by Mercury, it is online communication. Maybe seeing online something that you really envision yourself doing for a career, or realizing that there's a workshop or a certification or something that you could take online having to do with your career that really resonates with you, that you know is going to feel like that again, that metaphorical sweet spot, that home space, like, yeah, this is the right thing for me. Okay. For others of you, it can be actually getting a message in regarding something that you've been waiting on. Okay. Having to do with, maybe it's a phone call from that person from the past, that intimate connection. You guys broke up and they want to revisit things, or they're just calling to sniff around and see what's going on with you, or that friend you haven't heard from, that family member you haven't heard about, or getting contact regarding that job that you've been waiting on. So this current situation right now, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and crossing that is the Princess of Cups. So the Wheel of Fortune is a Jupiter energy, even though it's a faded energy. It really is. And when I say faded, I mean it is typically the return of something. Okay. Now, if the bones of what it is that is returning is good, it's really going to be explored in a very positive way. And let me be very specific here before those of you who are like, I don't want that ex to call me. It's not only that, guys. When I'm talking about a return from the past, this could be a thought that you had at one time about something that you wanted to be, a job that you wanted to explore, a project that you wanted to do. It can be a past relationship. It can be a friendship from the past. It can be anything from the past. It doesn't only mean intimate relationship, okay? But it's what the energy here, though, wants you to understand is that whatever the bones of that idea or that relationship, that connection was in the past, this is very, very benefically blessed if the bones were good. If the bones weren't good, you're going to kind of experience what I call like a false start. You know, where you're hopeful for a minute, but then it falls apart super quickly, right? Because the bones were never good and it's not meant to be on your path. But now the thing we have to be mindful of, this is being crossed by the Princess of Cups, which is great, because this is Aquarius and Pisces energy. Now, Aquarius is great for a bunch of reasons. We all love our Aquarius energy because they're quirky and fun and out of the box and different, right? So again, now we have Aquarius and Pisces. Aquarius is the future because it's ruled by Uranus. Aquarius is also, what have you been doing? You're going to be doing it differently. And Pisces is all about our dream. When we're connecting it to the cup energy, it's that 12th house of where we dare to go to dream about what it is that we really want for ourselves. So I like this energy because for those of you who are revisiting a relationship, this does indicate to me that it's going to be different than it was before. And it's really going to be very nice because it's going to be different. Aquarius, Pisces, it's going to be going towards that idea of the relationship that you once thought you were in or that you once wanted to be in with that person. Do you follow? So it's the culmination of what you thought possible for the relationship at one time before some sort of nonsense got in the way. For others of you, this could have to do with career, right? Or a career path or a decision that you're making in a career where something's going to be different. So in other words, let's say you had this idea, this project or something in the past. You're going to be revisiting it from a new perspective, a different perspective, in a different way, with different intention. And it's going to end up bringing you to what you really want for yourself and where you really want to go. You follow? So it's this beautiful culmination of something. I really like this for the situation energy right now, because this is saying that whatever you have, in your mind, really kind of keep going in that direction, right? Because that is the right trajectory. Now, I like that we have the death reverse as the crowning energy for sure, because what is the death card? The death is Scorpio. It's ruled by Pluto. Pluto is about transformation. So it's a simultaneous ending and beginning, but we don't want whatever was before, right? You know that saying, if you keep doing what you were doing, you're going to keep getting what you got, right? You don't want that. You want something different. So when we get the death reverse, it indicates that something's going to be finished, something's going to be ending, and it's not going to be continuing in that same way, right? So that cycle's done, and we need that cycle to be done. We need to put it in the past, especially now in this Chiron retrograde energy. Yes, we need to keep the past in the past, keep it in the rearview mirror, the way that it was anyway, okay? The way that it was. There's nothing wrong with extracting the good stuff, doing that Four of Swords, dance in there, where it's like, take the good, throw out the bad, and then figure out how to move forward from there. Yeah, all about it. This is really good for that. And then we have the Hermit Energy as the foundation. So you might be dealing with a Virgo, because this is a Virgo energy. Who else just got this? I feel like, I think Aries just got, not in the same space, but in a similar, anyway. The Hermit energy having to do with relationship, this could be you guys trying to figure out your relationship in private and really not talking to anybody about it. For others of you having to do with relationship, this could be you realizing that whatever you were in, you're ready for something totally new. You're just done with that. You're done with all the nonsense, all the accusations, any of the negativity, anything like that, any of the feeling unsafe. You're done with the unsafe. You don't want to feel that anymore. So this is you going it on your own happily. Not happy that it's over. You may still be very heartbroken, but knowing that it's the right thing to do. So that's for many of you. For others of you having to do with career, you're very deeply introspective now about what your next step is. And you're really mostly, seeking your own counsel. The Hermit upright, you might be talking to a friend or two, maybe a partner who you really trust, or a really good friend, maybe your therapist or a family member who you really trust, who... The important element here with the Hermit energy is that whoever you discuss your ideas or your intentions, whatever you're thinking about right now, that you share this with someone who does not have... This sounds silly, but no malice attached. Well, duh, no kidding. No, but seriously, like where there's no judgment about what you're going through. Someone who's just going to really be a sounding board for you, that's key. Anyone who's going to toss in their own agenda or their own jealousies, or like want you to not be unhappy, or want you to do what they want you to do because of their own agenda for you, don't even bother. You know what I'm saying? Like, just ignore that energy. So I like that you're the sun reverse right now. This just means you haven't figured it out, but this is still entirely positive. It really is. And what we love about the sun energy is that while the sun doesn't bring pots and pots of golds and this and that and whatever, a lot of people think that, right? But the sun, I want you to think about what the sun does. What does the sun do? The sun helps growth. The sun illuminates, it's bright, it's beautiful, it's cheery, it's happy, it makes us feel good, right? It gives us things that we need for nourishment, and it provides us with the landscape to grow, right? The sun does not shoot down trees that are already fully grown and flowers that are already fully grown. You get it? It provides us with what's necessary to grow it. But in the reverse, this tells me you have to go through a little something right now. You're still figuring things out, but you're going in the right direction, Taurus. Whatever direction your mind is going in, good, good. Now, external energy, Ace of Swords. Listen, this is not you. This is not you. This is an external energy. Whenever we have Ace, we have something brand new. Whenever we have Swords reversed, this can indicate that a message is not coming through just yet for that new beginning. So, having to do with career, this could be you putting your feelers out, you throwing out a bunch of text messages, emails, a bunch of inquiries regarding this transition that you want to make, and you're just not hearing back in a very timely way, or you're not getting all the information, or you might be getting the information back from people who just don't fully have the answers because of the COVID situation, right? Or maybe the opportunities are not there just yet in the way that you would really like in this area that you'd like to transition to. For those of you, maybe you're in a space where you very much want to hear back from somebody, right? And maybe you're not hearing back from them right now, or you heard back from them, but you weren't totally comfortable with the communication that you received, where you're not sure, should you trust it, should you not? Because remember, whenever we have swords reversed, there could be this potential of no communication, or there being some kind of manipulation, or like lying through omission, somebody not telling you the full scope of what's going on. So I do feel like for many of you, this is your fear. Your fear is giving this another go. So if you're in the situation where you're revisiting an old relationship, or maybe not even so old, but a relationship, because to have the Six of Cups, which is such a beautiful energy in your fear position, this does tell me that you are afraid of some sort of transformation in that relationship. And I want to let's just talk about relationship first. Now, this could be you fearing hearing back from somebody, even though you want to. You're sort of scared of it because you're not totally sure what you're going to end up doing with it. For others of you, this could be hearing from somebody from your deep past and feeling really nervous about it. Like, I don't know what to do with that. Others of you, this could be really just being scared of going back to this idea of what you wanted to be back in the day, back when you were like younger and untarnished. What was that thing that you wanted to be, when no one was looking, and you scared a little less about what people thought or about practicalities, right? You're afraid of going back to that, because that's what the Six of Cups energy is. It's a revisiting to the past. But it's very positive, but you're afraid of it. You're still afraid of it, which is normal. Listen, you guys are the bulls, right? You like to know. You're very grounded. You are the youngest earth energy. You're like, I want to know where I'm standing, and I want to feel safe in it, and I want to feel secure, and I want to just feel good because I'm ruled by Venus, right? And that's all good. I mean, who doesn't love a Taurus energy now? Come on. But sometimes we have to feel a little uneasy about, going into things. That's how growth happens. It is. The outcome is the Justice energy. Love it. Love it. Listen, if this has to do with relationship, it's going to be very fair. This is a very benefic energy for you, Taurus. I have to tell you that the scales are going to be leaning in your favor. And you know what? Honestly, I feel sorry for anybody who's going to try to be really unfair with you during this particular Mars transit, honestly, through January, because they're not going to win. Ultimately, at the end of the day, they're just not. Because you guys are very firm on what it is that you see for yourself, even though you're scared. Because you are going to get to a point where you're going to need to put your foot down and draw a line in the sand. There's no question. I'm feeling that very, very intuitively, very, very strongly. Now, I like the Justice energy, obviously, for everything I've just indicated for relationship, but the same thing in a job. What I love about this is that it's Libra energy and it's ruled by Venus, and this is more Venus energy on top of your Venus energy. Come on. You're going to get into something that really resonates with you, that's going to bring you money, that's going to make you feel good about being involved in it. So isn't that wonderful, right? Seriously, to be involved in something that you love what you're doing, you feel like you're resonating with it, you feel good about what you're doing, and you're bringing yourself the money that you need on top of it. And that's what it's all about. It's about leveling out the scales. What good is all that money in anything if you really don't feel good about yourself? You know what I mean? I know not all of you will agree with that perspective, but, I'm coming from a place of understanding the balance, and the archetype of Taurus. Obviously, it depends what else you have in your chart, but the Taurus archetype, yeah, all about that. Seven of coins. Oh, Seven of coins. Wasn't this what I was just saying before? You know what? Honestly, I don't look ahead. I kind of go, I think I might have mentioned this before. Yes, I feel like this is very much a Seven of Coins energy, where it's Seven of Coins is the Four of the World and the Three of the Trinity. This is where heaven and earth meet, right? And they intersect. And this is a beautiful energy, because this indicates this is a new cycle for you. This is a new cycle. This is very similar. I don't know if you guys have heavy air. A lot of you have a heavy Aries in your chart. But believe me when I tell you guys, I shuffle the deck in between recordings, and then I shuffle additionally on camera. So Seven of Coins is a great energy. Saturn and Taurus, beautiful. You really putting a lot of work in. Now the work could be in the 3D, the work could be mental, a lot of planning into something that's going to bring you this culmination in your energy, in the Taurus energy. Saturn and Taurus, you guys working really hard and getting the gift on the other side. Saturn is always about getting that beautiful benefic gift on the other side. So you being on the right path. You understand? You being on the right path. Tap into that Mars energy. Beautiful stuff, right? We want the Mars energy. That's a fighter energy. It's a warrior energy. Doesn't have to be negative, though. It could be like, no, I'm going to do this, right? I like to look at it as very strict self-resolve as well. No matter what it takes, I don't care. I'm going to bring this to myself. So really good stuff. So let's sweep this stuff now. This stuff. Listen to me. This stuff. I use the words I tell my students aren't real words. How's that? Hypocrite that I am. I use stuff. Let's move that over there. Let's just pull an advice for career from the Rebel Oracle deck. Let's see what we get for our Taurus friends. And then we'll pull love oracles, do a love read. Defend to the end the worthwhile. Yes, that's exactly what I was saying. Listen, this is a very special message of guidance for you for sure. You're being asked to stay strong and stand your ground. This is what we're just talking about. This might be in a big emotional journey that feels like the fight of your life. It might be in a matter that doesn't even seem to hold much importance to anyone else but you. But this is an energy where you really need to get front and center with any of the naysayers in your life. This is exactly what I was talking about. Anybody who tells you right now, Taurus, that you're too sensitive, you're too emotional, you overthink, you're thinking the wrong way, what's the matter with you, that anything like that, nope. Defend it to the end, because you are on the right path for you. It's not about what they want. It's not about what they think the right thing is for you. It's about you. And you being true to yourself in every sense of the word. It really is. I like this for you. This is awesome. Okay, my friends. So that's going to be it for those of you who were just here with career. Thank you so much for joining me. You guys could click off. I'll see you guys next time. All right, for those of you who want more information about relationship, we have more information coming up. Let's pull some oracle. And I separate these out, guys, because I really don't like pulling tarot in reversals. I like to keep everything in the upright with the oracles. So I'm going to be pulling some love message oracles, island time wellness, and then I'll pull shadowscapes for additional tarot messages. Unrequited love, trust, attraction. That's okay. True love. I have to laugh because we have unrequited love and then attraction. Okay. Okay. Seeing what this is. Yes. Okay. Okay. This looks good. This looks good. I see some misunderstandings initially, though. Unrequited love can happen for a number of reasons. So I feel like you guys were in a space with somebody where things were just not great. Now, this could be where you weren't sure if you were still attracted to them. They weren't sure if they were still attracted to you. But guys, we know that real love, it goes deeper than that. So you weren't sure if, like, theirs was an energy that you resonated with fully, if they were going in the right direction, or if they maybe felt like maybe you weren't going in the right direction. It has a lot more to do with just, surface nonsense. Not that that's nonsense, for sure. I mean, let's be real. That's important, of course, but it's not absolutely everything. Well, it shouldn't be anyway, not for the long haul, because all that stuff goes away, right? Okay, so unrequited love, we talked about that. Then we have trust. The situation is calling for you to have faith. Hold these closer, sorry. Okay. Attraction, you attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. And then we have true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. So I have to tell you, I'm getting two stories here. One is that, one group of you out there, this is going to resonate with two groups. One group where you guys were in a weird space. I'm just going to call it weird because it's going to be different for each of you. Where you didn't actually break up. Maybe you did break up, right? So it's going to be different. But where there were a lot of excuses being made. It's like that Four of Cups energy that I always talk about. And then they do this and that, or your partner doing that to you. And they do this, and that. And I can't stand it when they do. And I can't be with them because of that, and it's that kind of thing. Well, I'm not really attracted to them anyway. I'm not really into them anyway. Them saying that about you or you saying that about them, it doesn't matter, right? But you each being in this space of, or one of you or both of you being in this space where this is just not going to work. There's just not enough, where you're in that place. But then you're being pushed to say, trust. You attract, right? It's just by opening, by trusting, you're going to actually kind of unpeel a whole other layer of attraction for you to recognize this connection as being a true love for you. This being a lot more real than you are, how do I want to say this? Because I'm getting it very strong. This shows me fear. This unrequited love is fear, either on your end or their end. Somebody was really, really scared. But once the trust came in, another layer of attraction was revealed, indicating this level of really true love. Now, for others of you, this is going to be like unrequited love. It didn't work, right? But you meet somebody new and you were like, I am not ready, or I don't know, I don't know if I want to go through this again. I'm just not sure. I don't really trust anyone. I trusted the last person. I'm not ready to open up that part of myself yet. But if you trust, right, that's going to really incite this deeper level of attraction, because I feel like for those of you, and if you've been part of an unrequited love situation on either end, you're going to know if that resonates with you. This is calling for you to trust, because the new energy is coming in. And this is something, and guys, again, the Sun trine Neptune, I like the energy. I like that energy. And the Sun opposing Jupiter too, which we have this week. Nice energy to meet people. Really, right? For relationships, I like it. Then we have the butterfly. Relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child, growth. So for some of you, resonating with this is what I first said. I do see this relationship evolving to another level. For others of you, where you're leaving a relationship behind and you're opening yourself up, you're doing so simultaneously while you're healing your inner you, while you're doing a lot of shadow work and inner work on yourself. So I do like that. Then we have the Hand of Cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic. Gambling. So gambling is taking this risk. Yeah. I mean, listen, whether you're revisiting a relationship or not, this is going to, and it came under trust. Isn't that funny? So you're just going to have to take the gamble. All right. You're going to have to take the gamble, right? And then we have soulmate, soul connection, partnership, agreement, soul contract. It is what it is, my friends, right? Soul contracts are very important in our life. It's where we learn our biggest lessons. Okay. And then we have heart with the key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together, perfect. Okay, so this can really resonate very strongly with whether you're meeting a new person or whether you're reconnecting an older connection. It doesn't really matter. Then we have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles tells me that you're going to be in a space of confusion. Two of Pentacles is a Jupiter and Capricorn energy, right? Jupiter in Capricorn, okay? So let's understand that. Jupiter does expand whatever it's in. So if it's in Capricorn, and Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, you know, it's going to be this expansion of Saturn and this expansion of really needing to focus and look at the reality of each of these connections, because each pentacle represents a path for you, Taurus. This can represent being single or being with this person. For others of you, it's being with one person or being with another person. You follow? You know, it's going to be different for each of you, but it's, do I want to take the easy route or do I want to take the tougher route? Which will bring me in the long term the most satisfaction? Because sometimes we get into these situations where we're like, it's not even worth the risk. My heart is just, that person doesn't know how to take care of my heart in the way that I need. And I don't think they're worthy of it again. And it's very easy for us to clam up, right? And like, you know, scurry off into a corner and hide. But then we're going to be missing out on the other beautiful aspects that we could be, you know, that could be part of our path at the same time. Five of Pentacles is a very mental energy, feeling a sense of lack of support, right? That's what this is. It's Mercury and Taurus. It's like not feeling that connection that you want to feel, not feeling supported, guys. But I can't emphasize enough that this is very much a mental energy, and that there is often more support available than you're recognizing in the Five of Pentacles. So this can be based in fear, right? This can be definitely something that's just very much based in fear. And then we have the King of Pentacles, Aries and Taurus. And Aries is all about a fresh perspective, right? And you guys, right? So a fresh perspective, really moving forward in something. So this can indicate to me a partner or you know, where money is not an issue in a very, you know, basic interpretation. You know, everybody having their boxes checked when it comes to finances and resources, okay? Now, this doesn't have to have anything to do with money. It could have to do with mental, physical, and emotional connection. And this person, or you, I feel like you're going to be dealing with an energy who just so understands what it means to be in a relationship, which is a really beautiful energy. Yeah, and then we have the Knight of Cups after that. So come on now. Aquarius and Pisces, doing things differently. Doing things differently. Yeah. Aquarius and Pisces, doing things differently so that you guys can end up having that relationship that you really wanted. Now, for many of you, this is going to be Aquarius is, what were you doing? You're going to do something differently. You're meeting a whole other new person, a whole new person. For others of you, this is going to be a reconnection. I'm getting for many of you, this is going to be a reconnection or a reestablishing, a finding each other again kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? Where things are going to be handled in a different way other than they were before. So there's going to be a lot of really good communication that's going on here that's going to be really positive for you guys. So Taurus, that is what I have for you. I hope this was helpful in some way. If you like this reading, if it was helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.